G'day there mates, my name is Mr. Magilla-Cutti. Welcome back once again in my channel. Today we'll be continuing the story of Marvel's Midnight Suns. So in the last episode we finally found the Rod of Wind, placed it back to the altar, and we got another moonstone, gave us access to the next blood portal, or blood gate I believe it's called. And we learned the power of a tomb, which allows us to reveal things that are otherwise naked to the invisible to the naked eye. We started looking around the grounds to find more out of secrets and found a whole heap of them. A lot of them which were in fact can't remember the name of them, but they were keys. So we're gonna have a look around the new area we unlocked with our new palette.
Привет, Hunter.
Hello.
I have something for you.
Oh?
Here you are.
Good. This will help the ritual.
Yep. So we have to wait for the next night for that. That being said, I think I missed a link. Ah, yeah. Heading to the grotto. Does anyone want to play water volleyball? No. Hell no. Never again. You're all such babies. You opened a portal, spiked the ball, and slammed it into the back of Robbie's head. Uncompetitive babies. Jesus Christ. Yes, there's the woman who can open up portals. Alright, so we're gonna quickly head to the library first. Because, Agatha.
I don't believe anyone can make sense of Dr. Faustus's ramblings.
You're not wrong. Agatha?
Is that meant to be an offering bowl on the altar?
Another artifact Wanda was toying with but could never make work. I'm curious. Next time you find yourself there, place something in the bowl and speak an Elder God's name. Perhaps it will work for you now that you have their blessing.
Oh. Okay, so that gives us something to look at.
That is something.
Yeah. Hey, Charlie. I found another shrine to the Elder Gods. First, I had to pass through Dreamer's Descent until I came to a long stone staircase. Beyond that, I found a magnificent collection of transient standing stones. Bova told me stories of them when I was a child, but I had to travel across half the world to finally see them. I will have to write Kyoto and tell him. He will be jealous, but he won't admit it. I could happily spend days exploring the surrounding areas. There's so much here that I could ask Agatha about. Yeah, we already know about that. Okay, the ancestor. The blood dynasty. Not what we're looking for. We're trying to find the wild hunt. No, we'll have to find an art of war. That's what we're looking for. Royal Society's lectures? No. No. The Art of War. There we go. Okay, but that didn't really do anything. I think they're gonna be asking us some questions about it.
Captain Marvel swears she can see threads of Dr. Faustus's.
Well, maybe she can make sense of that rambling of his. Anyway, where was I? Ah yeah, the Valley of the Wind. Not sure what I can find beyond here. We'll have a quick look around. After that, we'll head to bed and continue to the next day. Don't want to spend too long just exploring the grounds. New reagents to pick up here, which is a good thing. Creepy. What's that down there? Another hidden grotto. Sorry, haven. I have to check to see if I was still recording. I don't trust myself anymore. Hold on for a sec, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry. Okay, we can go past it this way, but I wanted to explore in here first, so leave that for a moment. Alright, continue this way. It's really giving us enough space to move around in.
The son of Gaia moves.
Another key. Another key. Memory of riches. This reference a tree. The village is called the Life Taker. Its limbs held so many of the dead, it needed to be lifted with iron support. Interrogation records. Jesus. Well, then again, this is Salem, places where the
Something terrible happened here.
Witch trials were held. Urim Shaw's church.
This area, it feels wrong somehow. I sense an old suffering.
Members of the local coven were persecuted here. And worse.
Witches?
Salem's history with witches may have been distorted over the years, but some things are true. The witches of Salem did their best to thwart Shaw, but he rallied his congregation against them. The catalyst of the infamous Salem witch trials. When the coven called out in distress, it was Lilith and Sarah who came to their aid.
Caretaker and my mother knew their powers could help others, and they did not hesitate.
Of course not, dear. Your mother was a gifted healer, and Sarah was never one to back down from a fight. They also knew the signs of Chthon's influence, and Shaw's sudden rise to power undoubtedly got their attention.
Chthon's corruption had taken root in the New World just like the colonists themselves.
And while Lilith and Sarah were still preoccupied in Transia, they entrusted one of the moon seals to the Knights of Wondergore, who brought it to the Coven with the hope that its power would reinforce them enough to deal with Shaw.
But that is not what happened.
Unfortunately, no. When the plague came to Salem, the same one that afflicted your father, Shaw used it to further agitate his flock by placing the blame squarely on the Coven.
And the witches?
The mob was vicious. And the rest is history.
But what about the Moon Seal?
After the trials, the Moon Seal vanished along with Shaw. Without drawing any conclusions, I think we can both guess where it went.
If this was his church, then it is possible the seal is still here, or somewhere nearby.
You read my mind. Good hunting, dear.
So this ramblings we saw in this cave, so it belonged to him.
Was this always here? I may have forgotten a few things, but I feel as if I would remember a decrepit church on the grounds.
You may not remember the structure, but maybe you've heard of the man responsible for it? Hiram Shaw? This was his house of worship, and like a great many things on the grounds, Sarah preferred to keep it in a sort of mystic quarantine. Even I haven't been inside.
Is that all she did while I slept? Seal things off for our protection?
She can be overzealous at times, but in this case, she was right to be wary.
So, what dark secret does this place hold?
When Hiram Shaw first came to Salem, he was little more than a charlatan posing as a preacher. He managed to convince a few desperate souls to join his congregation, and with their help, he broke ground on this church. Whether it was coincidence or fate, in digging beneath the church, Shaw found something that would change the course of all of our lives.
Go on.
A long-forgotten page of the Darkhold.
That's not good.
If Shaw found a page of the Darkhold, it was because Cthulhu wanted it that way.
I tend to agree. That cursed book is always seeking out a way to return its master to power.
And a power-hungry preacher makes for the ideal messenger of darkness.
Yes, Shaw was an eager study, consumed almost immediately by the whisperings of Cthulhu and the Darkhold's power. Nearly overnight, the people of Salem, old and new, were at his threshold, waiting for the word. Hunter?
Tell me about Hiram Shaw.
By all accounts, Hiram Shaw was a desperate man. Desperate for power, wealth, influence, the usual desires that cloud men's minds. As I understand it, he was a largely unsuccessful minister before his arrival at Salem, traveling from place to place, swindling whatever followers he managed to gain before being run out of town. To think that a simple man like Shaw finding a piece of the Darkhold was enough to set all of this in motion, it puts things in perspective.
What do you know about my father?
That's not an easy question, dear. What would you like to know? Was he a good man? Yes, I think he was. Your mother loved him dearly, and he doted over her. I think for a time she forgot who she was, where she came from. And I don't mean that as a bad thing. She and Sarah both deserve to find something more than just another fight with Cthulhu. Lilith did. Sarah didn't. At least, not for a while longer still. I honestly think that's the only thing she ever had against him, blood or not. Until we speak again.
So Lilith just wanted a peaceful life. I think the fall took that away with his plague. Sounds like this, oh god. There's nothing more than to wreck everyone's lives.
Autumn must not see it that way.
There we go.
This must be Shaw's study.
I was wrong to let my heart linger on the thought of Lilith. She and her foul sister are worse than I could have imagined. She has even corrupted a man from my congregation to her cause. These women have more influence than their coven, even without their roots in this village. My congregation size falters. I raise my hand to the fold nightly crying out for guidance. The straw contains more influence than I initially perceived, for it is not merely power within, but corruption beyond my wildest imagination. For each mark upon the land, a page could have been traced to its location. A ledger to a person of power who handled fragments of the blasphemous tome. I have come to believe that the dark and destructive events that plague this land are not the chronological rivers of fate has set in motion, but the Darkhold's sway. So, in the end, did he realize what was going on or something? Whoa!
The goddess of order approves.
What the hell is this? Whatever it is not good. The Hunter's Journal. The cold depths of winter challenge us all. I'm grateful for Agatha and her control of the elements, especially fire, on these dark days. It is hard to believe that even with the threat of Lilith looming, that cold and hunger can draw upon so much of our energy. Agatha brings me to an altar to train them, and says that by the end of winter I will also be a master of the elements. I look forward to that day, if only to leave the snow behind us. Another page. It pains me to set these words to page, for my cause is righteous. Any admittance of weakness I find unfathomable, but I must tread with the utmost care. The whispering spectres intensify, testing my will at every turn. This page, I have come to realize that it is responsible for the corruption of not only the souls of man, but the destruction of entire civilizations throughout history. Today, it is the people of Salem that suffer. So he realized it too late. Another card, the Hierophant. Professor X channels his power to raise the knowledge necessary to be shared with his pupils. He holds in his hand the key to understanding. This card represents guidance and wisdom from a teacher.
This ward is not like anything I have seen on the grounds before.
And yet, it's familiar somehow.
Like the wards of protection that Wanda invoked to protect Dr. Strange's sanctum?
Very perceptive, dear. Maybe you should approach the good doctor and see if he has any insights. And Hunter, be circumspect. Dr. Strange is no fool.
You're not wrong there. So we're gonna have to talk to Strange about this.
Need something, dear?
Did Wanda ever make it to this place?
I suspect she did. But if she discovered something, she didn't tell me.
Goodbye, for now.
We'll continue looking around the grounds for now. Much of the more secrets around here. But yeah, I'm loving the deeper secrets of the game here. The deeper lore behind it all. Not just, we must face down Lilith and the corruption and all that. How there's more deep lore behind this, especially with such historical events in America, such as the Salem witches trials. And yeah, those were a very dark time in history. But I just love the creativity they were putting behind it. Definitely a definitely a tribute to Stan Lee's work. Well done, mate. What a strange place this is. So much terrible history and so much corruption. But the energy here draws me in. Maybe it longs to be cleansed of the evil of Haram Shah after all. After all, this was once a place of peace and community before everything. I found a page of a journal from back then, written by Shaw himself. I almost thought the page could have some kind of bad energy, but it was just a piece of paper in the end. Although it made me wonder about what happened, about what I know to be true around here. I trust Caretaker and Agatha completely, but I'm starting to think that I don't know as much as they let me to believe. Especially with what Lilith has been saying to us. I'll pick that up. Sorry, had to do something on my computer. If it would just cooperate with me. That being said, I think we should go check out that bridge first before talking to Doctor Strange. So this will lead us into another area. Here. So this was pretty much an area of itself. I'm not sure about this one yet, but I think the only way to reach here is through here.
Autumn reveals all.
Yep, just wish he would reveal a lot more about what happened here. But I am grateful for the help nonetheless. Another haven. Margaret Adams. Suspended in an iron cage for several weeks. The unnatural longevity of the suspect revealed her true nature. The eerie gales.
Interesting.
Old Salem Cemetery. 17th century cemetery housing many of Old Salem's infamous inquisitors. We definitely got a lot to explore here. Hello, tarot card. The Empress. Storm channels nature's power in the elements, harnessing a frightful storm with little effort. This card represents pleasure and prosperity, and a strong natural influence. Yeah, I think that's what that circle was. So I'm double checking the maps just to see if I don't get lost and all that. There's another path up here, so we'll take this way first. Nothing here. Just to be sure. Yeah, nah.
If it was here, Autumn would show me.
Celestial Brewing. Looks like I can't go here.
Autumn, show me the way.
Oh, it was back there. Just needed to look in the right place. Okay. So it looks like I can't go that way yet. So let's go back here and go around that way. I think the cemetery will link up along with one of these paths. Yeah, there. Looks like I can't go any further with these branches in the way. Maybe I need a new word of power. I'm starting to think of Skyrim now. I want to get back into that game. I don't see any stones here, but can I still... Nah.
Autumn does not answer.
Maybe he will now. Corrupt well. Yeah,
Thon's dark influence has tainted this well.
yeah, we can see that. Again, I think we're going to need a new word of power to get past those dark branches or roots. Either way, it's still pretty much plant life. Door here. Let's have a look. It will lead to a dead end, I believe.
Blessings of the goddess.
Yeah. I'm actually enjoying this bit. Because again, I love stories and secrets. And Agatha's cottage. So this is why she stayed? The mysterious oaks. Caretaker's journal. Today, I told the child of their mother. I tried to be gentle but clear. Agatha brought her warmth and comfort to the conversation, and I think she is the reason the child shed no tears. At 6 years old, it was time. We have defended the Abbey against Lilith and her living. Sorry about that, folks. I had to take care of some business, and that took me over for several hours. So anyway, so when was I? At 6 years old, it was time. We had to defend the Abbey against Lilith and her living, but soon enough she will grow stronger. We kept the secrets that we must, but the child must know what hides in the shadows of the world. What secrets? Another tarot card. The world. Urto, the Watcher, is always lingering just beyond the world, observing and learning. This card represents accomplishment and becoming whole, along with reaching the finale of a chapter. Cauldron Manifest. Excuse me. Odin. I suspect is quite entertained at this point, knowing the history of Loki's cauldron and the destruction and turmoil that awaits you. I hope that this relic lives up to your expectations, and should the need arise for another transfer, I hope to be caught up in various life and death struggle to acquire my attention. Agatha, I know you enjoy a good challenge, and you shall have it. And you shall have it with this wretched king. A witch appeared at the Abbey today. I cannot say from where she came, nor what it is she wants, but Agatha is truly fascinating. Is a truly fascinating and gifted woman of great magical ability. She brought a basket of warm food with her, and despite myself, I could not turn her away. Even I had wanted to. She told me that she sends a child of magic, and her heart drew her here. I think that I believe her, though I know that I have no reason to. I think this is when Caretaker first met Agatha. But this, what's this about being in contact with Odin?
Agatha's house.
Hello? Another one of those. Where's my camera? Shut up, phone.
Fascinating.
Hold on 2 secs. Thank you. Fragments of raw earth. Hematite is commonly used for grounding and stability, while the lodestone's magnetic qualities were meant to attract good fortune regarding love and relationships. Meteorite, with its association with the celestial realm, can enhance astral projection and serve as an excellent amplifier for dream and spirit journeying. What's happening here? This is not the Lilith that I know. This is not my sister. I witnessed her seal away that horrid creature in a damp cave with an unbreakable ward. We could have healed the darkness of his heart and provided him a merciful death, at the very least, to leave him to fester and slowly separate into a painful death. I have never witnessed such cruelty from her, and now it seems she is nowhere to be found. I traced her to her gardens, perhaps to repent for what she has done, but it's as if she vanished. She is vanished. Cauldron experimentations. This is one cagey beast indeed. Dr. Druid was not kidding when he stated the difficulties trying to tie to the imp-like creature bound to this cauldron. It appears that the energy bound within the forge only served to further agitate the creature within the cauldron. My initial experiments proved to be ineffective. A protective ward I had created to shield the Abbey, instead of releasing a noxious black cloud which hung over the ground for days. Okay, I moved the cauldron this afternoon just outside the Abbey and attempted to purify the springs that ran off from the waterfall to the yard. Instead, I managed to release a geyser of flames that shot a good 15 yards in the air. Most unfortunate event. The flame blight incinerated many of my favorite willow trees. What was she doing? I have been chanting the celestial movements for the past many months. Once the alignments have been properly calculated, I will gain a better understanding of the coming resurrection. As I get closer to narrowing the timelines, I have begun to pick up disturbances within the grounds of the Abbey. Current events have intensified as of late, and a low rumble can be felt emanating from Lilith's tomb. A recipe book. Lilith returned to the Abbey several nights ago, clutching the babe. It was as if the illness had never touched her. And when I looked into her eyes, my sister was gone. Who or what remained, I did not recognize. She pleaded with me, on her hands and knees no less, but I could sense the magic of Darkhold all over her. She's been cast out. The Abbey is sealed, and I find myself the caretaker of her child. Whoa! Oh, common chest no longer require a key. A young hunter. Although I did not know Lilith all that well, I should have imagined the hunter would be an energetic child, given their lineage. While Sarah acts as the ever-vigilant stickler for order and reason, I've become something of a silent partner in crime for the hunter's hijinks around the Abbey. Of course, I would never interfere with their training or education, but someone has to encourage things like exploration and creativity. It would be nice if the hunter had someone their own age to spend time with. I'm not sure a couple of old witches make for the best companions to a child. Sometimes I have to remind Sarah that there's more at stake here than just training a powerful demon hunter. She means well, of course, and I know she loves the hunter as her own. Still, they are going to drive each other crazy this way. Maybe some kind of pet will help. Ah, so that's what Charlie was for. The Aztec revered the mushroom as the flesh of the gods, frequently serving them with honey and chocolate. Other species such as the death cap were quite poisonous when ingested. Scotch bonnet were known to grow naturally in ring-like formations, sometimes referred to as fairy circles. These were often thought to improve fertility and bring good fortune to relationships. Okay. Let's have another good look around the cabin. That was quite a mouthful I had to read. Ugh. Who's this? Advanced occult transmissions. I'm starting to think that little started to change when her husband died, Hunter's father, and that when she sealed Shawl inside that cave, it was because she was broken of everything that happened. Alright. So I'm going to head back to the Standing Stones real quick. After that, I'll head back to Agatha's cottage, and then continue on from there. Okay. This one, and that one. What else? This one here. That one. And finally this one. And another chest. Getting all of these in one night. Well, at least we can now actually open up the common chest without the need for keys. So I'll be paying a lot of visits to those ones. Alright, let's go back to Agatha's cottage. Only got a little bit of time left. So... ever-flowing gale. It feels almost as if Sarah and Agatha are running short of challenges to throw in my direction. Have I truly changed so much that my power can no longer be satisfied by these two spellcasters? No, not satiated by these two spellcasters. No longer do I fear the darkness within me, or the light. I have conjured them both and embraced the many facets of my being. Darkness and light, blood and human. Foggy passage. That'd be a nice shade. Ugh. I've made a terrible mistake. My powers are growing stronger and I'm losing control. But that isn't the worst of it. I went to the reflecting pool today to try to search for guidance, but Kafan, he heard me, and I felt a strange connection to him. I broke away as fast as I could, but it was like his power channeled through me, and the ground grew cold and blackened beneath my feet. I thought that I could use what I've channeled from Hippo to push it back, but I'm so tired. He's really trying to do everything he can to bring chaos here.
He sees our path.
Never know when I need all these reagents. The reflecting pool.
The son of Gaia approves. Noble Oster guides my hand.
A chest there. And here's the next challenge, but I'm going to need to find the moonstone. I think I'll get it once I do what I need to with Strange. That's creepy. But I don't think I'll be strong enough to take on this challenge yet. Plus, I wouldn't be able to do it if I want to. Like Agatha said, on challenge at night. Oh, one of the shrines. The Emperor. The child stands guard before the different regions he battled for the title of Black Panther. His card represents ambition and leadership, and a protection of one's home. That's another one lit up.
If I remember correctly, this is the grave of Will Walker, a notoriously vicious but effective vampire hunter. Blade would have liked him.
Yeah, but the question is, would he have liked Blade? Doll's eyes. So many twists and turns. It really is easy to get lost in here. Well, there's a dead end here. Looks like I'll have to be talking to Strange. But that won't be until the next episode. Plus, I got a feeling that's all I can pretty much do at the moment. Given the fact that I'm probably too weak to take on this trial. So in the next episode, I will be pretty much doing a couple of general quests. And then, well, yeah. And then we'll probably continue on the main story. So that's going to do it for me, people. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to hit that like button. Also, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and show support for the channel. I would very much appreciate that. And that being said, I'm going to have some dinner here. And then I'll probably continue on another episode. I really am enjoying this game, and I am enjoying all the mysteries and the lore behind it too. If there's a new story added to the Marvel Universe, well, good job for what they did. Thank you all again, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves and drive safely out there, people. Bye-bye. Take care. Have a good time. I think I'll grab this chest first. Not sure how we're going to get this one here. But I suppose we'll find out. Anyway, bye-bye.